Hey friends, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm here to share with you 4 simple hacks on how you can become a morning person. There is one thing you need to know about me if you don't know this already, but I am, yes, of course, a morning person, and that is just because I adore the time I set aside for myself in the morning before I start my day, and it leaves me feeling brighter, happier, stress-free if I do my little morning routine. Now, I know that morning routines don't work for everyone, so here are a few tips that have made it easier for me to get out of bed in the morning. Prepare everything the night before. The biggest thing for me is if I don't do my evening routine, I'm less likely to do my morning routine. Obviously, this isn't a video about routines. I am going to do a separate video on my morning and evening routines, but studies have been done to show that if you prepare everything the night before, you are more likely to get out of bed in the morning because you don't have to think twice about what clothes you're going to put on, what you're going to eat, all of those things. So by prepare everything the night before, I mean make your lunch if that's something you sometimes do in the morning and you're lying in bed and you're like, oh, I've got all of this to do, I have to make my lunch, I have to pick out what I wear. That's another thing. You can have your clothes ready the night before so you don't even have to think what you're going to wear. Obviously, if you have a uniform, it's slightly different, but I work in an office and we don't have a uniform, so I literally have to think about what outfit I'm going to wear every day, and I always make sure I do it the night before because I can't be bothered to think about that in the morning. I also do the same with my breakfast, so I make porridge most mornings, and to make it easier for myself, I leave the saucepan on the stove because yes, I do it the traditional way. I literally leave porridge in the pot ready to just pour water or milk in and just, make my porridge. I leave a mug and a spoon out for my tea or coffee. It just makes everything so much easier, so I can just sleepily roll into the kitchen and just put the kettle on and everything else is already done for me. Pick the right alarm. I cannot stress this enough. Alarms are so important. So I am one of these people that has to consistently change the kind of alarm I'm using because my body and my brain just gets used to the one that I use. So I have tried so many different methods. I've tried the leaving my phone out, so I have to physically get out of bed to turn it off, which worked for a little while, but then I would just get back into bed and fall asleep. I have tried the setting multiple alarms. I now have multiple alarms on multiple devices. So I have an Amazon Echo Dot in my bedroom, which I would really recommend because you have to physically wake up and speak to Alexa to turn the alarm off, which kind of wakes you up a little bit. But again, that kind of stopped working for me, so then I had to set a second alarm on my phone just in case I fell asleep. And this is why alarms are important. It also depends on the person. So my boyfriend is the kind of person that if you do something soothing like birds, he will not hear it. He will sleep through that alarm like 3 days. For 3 days he will sleep through that alarm because it just will not wake him up. So I think it's trying to work out and find which alarm works for you. And like I said, if you're like me and your body gets used to it all the time, just make sure you're changing it consistently when you find it no longer works for you. And of course, as part of the alarms section, I do need to mention, do not snooze. If it means turning snooze off on your devices, then that's great. And I think sometimes tricking your brain, knowing that you don't have the snooze button to press, means that you have to get out of bed, because if you fall asleep, there's no alarm to catch you and you will sleep in. Because again, studies have shown that snoozing does not help you. You will feel more awake if you just wake up when your initial alarm goes off. But again, I am a bad person and I do the snooze thing. Again, something that I'm trying to get out of the habit of doing because it does not help. Have something to look forward to. So this tip is one of the biggest reasons why I get out of bed in the morning and why I'm a morning person, is because my morning routine, I have set it aside and tailored it to my needs, and I get up an extra hour earlier specifically so that I can read for an hour before I go to work. Obviously, I'm not saying everyone should do this because a lot of people don't want to get out of bed an hour early to read. It could even just be something that you can do for 5 minutes that you really enjoy. So it could be listening to music, it could be listening to one of your favourite podcasts. It could even be something as simple as a nice breakfast or a nice drink, coffee, tea. At the moment, I have become one of those people who really enjoys a matcha chai latte in the morning, and it does genuinely get me out of bed because I'm like, oh yeah, I can have my matcha chai latte, and it's the only time I drink it is in the morning. I don't normally drink it at any other time in the day, so it's a little treat for myself. I'm lying in bed and I'm like, oh yeah, matcha chai latte, and then I'm jumping out of bed, getting my latte, getting into bed to read for an hour, and it's just time for myself that I really enjoy. Do something for your health and well-being. And no, it does not need to be exercise. So when I first got into self-improvement, productivity, the morning routines, you know, just making my life and myself better, one of the things I consistently saw when I was watching people's morning routine videos was that people would get up in the morning, put gym clothes on and go to the gym for like an hour. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. There's no way I am doing that. So I don't exercise in the morning, I exercise in the evening as part of my evening routine. So just to be clear, exercising doesn't have to be something that you do in the morning. You could even just do like 5 minutes of stretching, go for a little walk. But in terms of health/well-being, what I mean is journal, meditate. So I make sure I meditate every morning because I have seen the difference it makes in terms of my stress levels at work later on in the day. If I meditate in the morning, it could be as simple as colouring in, taking a quick shower, anything like that. Something that you do for yourself in terms of your health and well-being, again, that sets you up to have a better day. I would recommend that you do just even like a small exercise of that in the morning because you will see the difference. And once you see the difference, it means that you keep coming back again and again to enjoying and doing your, you know, little morning routine or the things that you do in the morning, and you start to enjoy it, and it just makes everything so much easier. So those were my simple hacks on how you can become a morning person. Like I said, it can just be a half an hour little thing you do in the morning, 5 minutes of journaling or colouring in, 5 minutes of listening to maybe a few of your favourite songs, drinking your favourite coffee, having a shower, and you're just ready for your day. Let me know in the comments one thing you could do in the morning to set yourself up for a better day, and I could maybe add it to my morning routine, and I will see you guys soon in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.